Hey everyone, Mick here. If you've had a look at my previous videos, you'll see that I've got the 2002 NM Pajero and I camped out of the back of the vehicle. Now, as stated out of the previous videos, everything was built out of particle board because it's simply what I could get on a very tight budget. Fortunately, I've now been able to upgrade. I've now got a second battery, solar panel and some other bits and pieces and a fridge on order. So I'm about to rebuild the back end. Run the solar panel, run all my charging systems and all that sort of thing. So over the next few videos I'm going to do a bit of a rundown to show you guys the entire build from basically from start to finish. So installing the solar panel, the second battery, the DC to DC charger and all the layout and everything I'm doing at the back, the fridge, the whole lot there. So the plan is to give you guys a full detail, or a bit more of a detailed run through as to what I'm doing. I will also be installing the snorkel, which may end up as a big fail video if I stuff it up, but hopefully we all go good. And I'll be doing diff breathers, front, rear and transfer case. So I haven't decided yet whether I'll be running them up under the hood or running them to inside the vehicle. So I'll give you a bit of a view now as to what I plan to do. Yeah, as what I plan to do, where I plan to put things, what I plan to do with it. So, enjoy. Okay, firstly, I've got the roof console, if my camera wants to focus for me. I've built this myself, this is staying as is. However, as it's connected currently directly to the battery, and I keep forgetting to turn it off, I will be running the wiring to the second battery rather than my main battery. As you can see there, I've still got 12.6 volts, and the UHF and light here are drawing 0.2 of an amp, and I've got the clock in there. So turn that off now so I don't forget about it. Again, the main wiring for that will be run to the second battery. Now to the back of the car. As shown in the previous video, I sleep in the back, so I normally fold those seats down rather than completely up like they are now. I normally fold those seats down, and that forms part of the bed. And I have the bed platform that comes in over the top of here. You can see here where the bed platform normally sits. So I'll be rebuilding that. This cupboard's coming out, and I don't know exactly what I'll do with this one yet. I'll probably just get rid of this along with the current build. I'll be redesigning that and putting that over this side. I will have my solar panel coming in through these back quarter windows, down inside all the trim here. Plan to have inside the cupboard that I make here. Inside the cupboard I make here, I plan to have the DC to DC charger. I've got a CTEC 20 amp DC to DC. That will be going in there along with battery monitors, some USB lighter sockets, things like that, up a little bit higher. I wish this stupid camera would continue to focus. So all my controls will be in there. They'll be out of the way and hidden, but still easy access if I need to, because what I'm planning to do with this one as an example is cut it off probably around about here. Then that way, as you can see where the current shelf sits, if I cut it off here I can hinge it, make the whole top section drop over and still have access to the DC and DC all inside, and any other controls, fuse boxes, things like that. So they'll be in, out of the way, in what would otherwise be basically wasted space. Again, I'll do the same thing here with the little drop down cupboard. At the moment there's only a lighter in there. Initial plan is, with this, was to have some USB, so I can put my handheld radios, cameras, things like that in there and charge them. So that will be rebuilt to do the same thing. I'll also set a 12 volt TV on top here. All the wiring, as I said, the solar panel I plan to come on the far side of that window, come down inside all the trim, so it's all tucked away, and then I'll sneak it out here. Now, as I do require the back seats, I know some people take them out, I require them because I do take people, and occasionally I'll use the third row seats as well. So whatever I do, I have to make sure I still have complete access to these, as I do on this side. so that I can put the third row seats in. The shelf and bedding and all that sort of stuff will easily be removed. So that's one thing I have to keep in mind. Wiring, I may end up having to drill another hole in the back here to run the wiring out of there, just so that it's not going to risk getting caught up with the seat, but I'll work that out as we go. There's a switch up here already, which I did have originally for a projector. I'm going to disconnect all that, and I'm going to run some LED lights up into these sockets here. There's one on each side, and then that switch will provide me light of a night. It'll be my light switch for the night. And just when I'm camping in here and I need the extra sleep. As for the third row seat, well, second battery, I've got the giant, if I can lift the bloody thing up out of my way, giant 140 amp hour deep cycle. I've heard some good reviews about this brand. Heard some good reviews about the giant batteries. That's basically where I plan to install it. Slide it up there. Plan to install it basically right there. As I said, the wiring will run through here down into that gap. Straight there, neat, tidy, out of the way. And then I can put another fuse box in behind it or something like that too. And so I am thinking about making a plywood floor, ripping the carpet out, making a plywood floor with linoleum over the top, or lino, and then doing two cutouts, one on this side and one on that side, so that I can bring the separator right through but still have access if I need to. There will be drawers in there again, as I've currently got. There'll be a fridge on the driver's side straight over the battery, and there'll be drawer system on the right hand side. But as I don't use rails and that, I can slide the drawers right out and I can put them straight in. I can access everything underneath. So that's basically the plan with it. I do normally keep the roof cage on top, so the roof cage will be going back on top. I'll come around the other side. I plan to run the wiring for the solar down into here. There appears that there's a void between the window and this trim, so that's where I hope to run the wire down and in at the bottom. Back around this side, as I said, I do keep the cage on there normally, so the cage sort of sits out around about here, and I've got to make up a bracket to go up over the top of the light and to the cage to hold the solar panel. So the solar panel is going to sit up high rather than down low like a lot of people do. It is going to sit up pretty high, level with the top of the cage and level with the top of the light bar. So that's basically my plans for how I want to build the car out and how I want to do it. It all will be, the bedding area and all that will be carpeted, the same as my current one is. Again, refer to the previous video, I'll put a link in the description down bottom. It will be carpeted, will be neat and tidy and everything else. So yeah, just keep tuned, hit subscribe and like, and stay tuned, and you'll see the rest of the videos. You'll see the full build. Cheers.